What's up, guys? Paulie malignaggi here for Paulie TV. Got my Godfather Contender Series t-shirt line. Luca Brassi's Fish Market. Check them out. Anyway, back on with Smith versus Eubank 2 here in Manchester, England. You know I'm right here. And I'm going to be calling and covering the fight. I've been here all week. And for the festivities, it is a big fight here in the UK. It could have world implications depending on how things go. I will say this. I think it was a pretty big shock the first time around for a lot of people that Smith ended up winning the fight. And he ended up winning the fight, I guess, I wouldn't say rather handily. People, I think, are forgetting the fact that Eubank was doing well before he got stopped in the first fight. You know, people are wondering, the talk has been here this week in Manchester of whether Chris Eubank can make the proper adjustments necessary in order to get the W today. But I don't know. I also feel like Liam Smith has to make a lot of adjustments as well. He's typically a slow starter, and he gets the engine going as things move along, and he does do a good job at that. I mean, he did that the first time brilliantly. He's typically a guy who will overcome adversity with those slow starts. Doesn't mind if you land a couple of shots if you do well. He's durable, and he shows that veteran savvy and that ex-world champion savvy that he has, right? But Eubank, for me, is the one who kind of just has to make that mental adjustment in this fight. You know, he was doing well in the first fight. He seems like he's got a little bit more talent. It seems like he just needs the consistency. Now, that's not, you know, I say just needs the consistency as if that's easy, but against like a guy like Smith who pushes you and puts you in difficult situations, more and more pressure as the fight goes on, that's not always going to be easy. I think the adjustment that needs to be made here is I don't think Smith can afford to let Eubank start that fast again, just simply by the basis that Eubank is going to be looking for anything he can grab for confidence. Coming off the knockout loss, you know, he's going to be trying to still grab that confidence. He's working with Bo Mack, the guy who has the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Okay, you're grabbing something for confidence. You know, may not make a difference because they haven't been working that long, but you know what? Maybe it's a mental thing for confidence. An early good start, quick start may also be a confidence grabber for Eubank. While at the same time, a quick start for Smith, which is not typical of him, but a quick start for Smith could also start to create those quick doubts in Eubank's mind from the end of the first fight. So I don't know which way that's going to play out here. You know, Smith, I don't know if at an older age, both of these guys are not younger guys anymore. They're not super old, but let's face it, they're not young guys anymore. A quick start by Smith when he's typically not been that guy, I don't know how much of a chance we have to see it, but I'm curious to see if that's an adjustment he needs to make, because you want to keep that doubt creeping in Eubank's mind. And if you let the confidence of Eubank grow in the fight, he may have that mental adjustment this time to not make that mistake to let you catch him. Because really, what's Smith's game plan? I mean, it couldn't have been the first time around where you just lose the early rounds, get beat up, and then catch lightning in a bottle, right? You've got to at least make a better adjustment this time so that Eubank is not starting that quickly and not taking that much advantage. Just in case Eubank is fighting a more disciplined fight. Now, all of a sudden, you're behind from early in the fight, and now Eubank is going to be able to keep control of the fight this time if he stays disciplined. So I think for Smith, the adjustment is start a little faster than normal and create that doubt quickly. For Eubank, it's basically, I don't think the adjustment is physical, because I think physically he did a good job. I think it's mental. It's a mental lapses in concentration. He's got to keep that mentality going. I thought Smith played some really good mind games during the presser and during the this fight week in general. But yesterday at the weigh-in, I felt like Eubank finally felt good. You know, I guess when you make weight, when you have struggle, you may struggle making weight, you make weight, you're in a better mood. It seemed like Eubank was in a better mood. He was more jovial yesterday. While during the week, overall, it seemed like Smith was digging little daggers in there that were, you know, really good trash talking, and it seemed like he was having the advantage with the mental edge. Yesterday, Eubank seemed in good spirits. Obviously, Smith has looked confident all week. He's a veteran. He's been a world champion. It's a good fight. I lean towards Eubank a little bit in this fight. I think the adjustments that need to be made on the part of Eubank are smaller than the adjustments that need to be made on the part of Smith. I think, you know, the fact that Eubank was physically winning the fight, and it seems to be he's a more talented guy, especially at this point in their lives and their careers. I think the subtle adjustments of him keeping the mentality correct, keeping the discipline, may be able to hedge the fight in his way. But again, I mean, it's a 50-50 fight here, guys. It's really tough. People are picking it both ways. And to be honest with you, I'm curious to see if Smith starts to get that engine going, what happens with Eubank. Because there will certainly be moments where Eubank is going to have to be in there trading. And will that bring the negativity to his mind from the first fight? I'm Paulie Malignaggi. This is Paulie TV. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about Smith Eubank 2 tonight.